Writing. Section 12. Interviewing for source material. I've learned over the years that 90 minutes is about as long as most interviewees can go without becoming exhausted. I've also learned to listen. Really listen. It's amazing what happens when you're really listening to someone without judging them. We rarely ever do that. But when you do, and it's not easy, it's magic. By doing non-judgmental listening when you're interviewing someone, you can create a deep bond with them that will last for the rest of your lives. I've had 2 doctors I met only once, each for a brief interview, who called me years later from their deathbeds. If for some reason you find the interviewee is shy or having some other problem getting started speaking freely, it helps tremendously if you inject some very short incident from your own life that will show them what you mean. But it's got to be really fast and really funny, or humiliating, or whatever the emotion is that you're trying to elicit. Go ahead and mirror the emotion you're looking for and make yourself really vulnerable in front of the person you're interviewing. Humiliate yourself at least as much as you're asking them to. All sorts of remarkable things can happen in these deep listening situations. Here's one of the most amazing. It happened during an interview for medicine men, and it was so astonishing I included it in the book. Hearing this story was especially moving because I'd waited a bit too long before going to see Dr. Adams. He'd had a stroke before I arrived. His mind was fine, but his speech was impaired, so he never spoke a word during the first hour or so of the interview. He'd just smile or nod as his wife told me their favorite family stories. I maintained eye contact with him the whole time, just as if he was speaking, but it was actually his wife who did all the talking. Then, when we were nearly finished, she mentioned he'd been a doctor in World War II. She tried to tell me where in the Pacific he'd been stationed, but she'd forgotten the name of the place. When she paused to think, the doctor said, "Torishima." We were both startled to hear him speak. He repeated in a calm and steady voice, "It was Torishima. That means Bird Island." Then he told me this whole story himself in a clear voice. Then in the book I relate the fabulous story he told. The last line of his story was, "I did that for over a year. Then I got to go back home." As soon as he said the word home, he stopped speaking. He never spoke again for the rest of my visit. Reading and writing this now is making me cry. It's moments like this that make all the tedious and agonizing work worthwhile.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.